Just yesterday, we celebrated the Feast of St. Mary Magdalene, right? She is one of maybe the greatest penitent in the history of the church. And obviously, Christ showed her a great deal of love, but
Yeah,
he
but she
always
was a
told
penitent.
her, right? He told her, go forth and sin no more. That's always
He
part
didn't
of
love her the
love.
way she was. He loved her, but he wanted to lead her to great heights and have her get better, right?
Right.
We're never told to just stay the way we are. We're all sinful human beings. We're always striving to be better.
It's not that I love you, like you said it well, I think. It's not so much that I love you as you are. It's rather I love you like you're my creation and I want you to be better. I want because God has got the perfect image for each one of us that he wants us to achieve. So, I mean, those are also interesting statements that I read and I just kind of I cock an eyebrow at and I'm like, really? I don't know. This is interesting. So I'm not sure in the end what to make of like this new document and this new apparition. And because again, it's so confusing, and it's not like the hierarchy is making it less confusing. That their own document seems to be making it confusing. I mean, even the be happy, God wants you to be happy. Everyone can take this differently, and this is my own personal experience. I grew up with that philosophy that was imparted to me from many different quarters in my life, and I came to realize that I think that was a great error because it was never explained to me what happiness really meant, and I didn't understand it very well. And when you just talk that way, then you are always just trying to look for your own happiness. And there's sort of a self-centeredness instead of this idea of you got to die to yourself and sacrifice and live for others, which, love is me sacrificing my own desires, my own will for like the good of my wife, the good of my children, the good of my neighbor. And that doesn't necessarily always make me quote unquote happy. In retrospect, after a while, you can be joyful about it, but happiness seems to be a very fleeting emotion that we don't necessarily need to pursue. So I don't even like that language. Now, the problem too here is, as you said, I don't even know what language our Blessed Mother used. It seems like they don't know what language is used. And happiness, or this word happy, is obviously in English. And clearly the children who are living in Slovakia are not using even that word. So, you get the whole problem with translation stuff. So I just kind of throw my hands up in there and say, I don't really know what to make of all this. So I'm just going to sort of like dismiss it and really not pay much attention to it.
Yeah, no, I understand what you're saying. And of course, God does want our happiness. It's how do we achieve that happiness? I mean, if you go to your basic catechism, why did God make us? To know him, to love him, and to serve him in order for us to be happy with him forever in heaven, right? Now, that doesn't mean that we can't be happy on earth, but like you said, it's not a selfish happiness. It's more of a contentment that you are doing God's will in everything, right? And of course, you can have happiness with your family and things like that, which is a natural
Right.
happiness, but it's
And
ultimately leading us to that supernatural happiness in heaven.